Yes, because the teacher's name seems to pop up a lot tonight.
Up everywhere. Everywhere.
But man, it's the results of hard work, man. Mustn't sleep on yourself, guys.
And a cosign by
Ricky, don't be scared to call me.
10 minutes before the top of the hour, man. We're still in the building with the Purple Singing Nights. As I said, of course, is where you at. Equal the 7th alongside my girl Tato. Actually, I need to stop saying that. Alongside Radio Bay Tato. This is to be a real thing, man. And of course, we've got the homie Chievosky in the building with it, man.
One time, I'm Karabo. You said your name is Karabo, ne? Yeah, processing, boy. She might be bigger than you one day. No lie.
We
no cap.
No care.
We pray for things like that.
No care.
We want friends to be famous.
You need to get your own mic one time. Don't speak, though.
But yeah, man, we're still talking to the homie, man, and we just want to find out a little bit more about his brand himself and what he's been doing for his city and in his city. You know what I mean? So you mentioned earlier on that you're in between Pretoria and Joburg, but you've got quite a fan base like outside of Gauteng. Understand? How is the Chievosky vibe outside of Gauteng? Because I've never actually experienced that before.
Honestly, it's crazy. I actually need to take you with. I'm actually supposed to be going to Flagstop on the 12th of April, but then, because of the whole corona situation, they postponed the show. Yo, man, Serial needs to stop everything one time. Everything is going to normal. That's crazy because when I was part of the Godfathers of Deep House, I actually gained a whole lot of fans. And even when I left the Godfathers of Deep House record label and I became independent again, I actually still had so many fans that still followed me, even though I was not playing Deep House as such. That's why I will forever be thankful to the Godfathers for actually putting me on a platform where I can actually gain fans from all over the nation. So wherever I go right now, I actually have so many fans. I remember last year we went to Limpopo twice.
Oh, the limbs.
Yeah,
the limbs. Stop with that.
Everybody in Pretoria that's from Limpopo. That's cool. Actually, say they're from the limbs. Legit, no lie.
Screws are taking over the limbs.
The limbs one time. So I have fans from everywhere, and I can actually notice that from Facebook. Facebook is the one social media that will never die. That actually so real. That's why you will never find celebrities actually being on Facebook as such. Because the comments there are so real. They're like Twitter, but worse. You know what I mean?
It's the villages.
Legit. So if you're popping on Facebook, trust you popping everywhere. Twitter does not matter, Instagram does not matter. Because a certain portion of people use Twitter and a certain portion of people use Instagram. But the people from home, they're way more than people in GP one time. You know what I mean? And those are actually your legitimate fans. That's where I actually get a lot of my gigs. Kids that are my fans would actually be on some yo, we want to make sure that you pull up and come and perform this side. We're talking to some promos. I'm yo, I'm charging 10K or 20K. They're yo, we spoke to this guy, here's your 20K, pull up. You know what I mean? But so many people are sleeping on that. People would rather focus on trending on Twitter and being hot on Instagram. My guy, that does not work. Not necessarily. You know what I mean? So people are sleeping on where their real fans are. So the issue now is that people think when you're trending on Twitter, you're trending everywhere. If you're hot on Instagram and have certain followers, that means you're trending everywhere. For me, followers doesn't mean a lot. They don't mean a lot. Sure, they stand for a brand. Or Ego the 7th has 20K followers. Tabiso Dash, Chievosky's manager has 50K followers. But at the end of the day, how are you benefiting from that?
Is it bringing you a bag?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the conversation.
There's one person I could open my WhatsApp right now that has 100,000 followers, but she's not necessarily securing the bag as she should be. She walks into the club and no one acknowledges her. I literally have, I think, less than 3,000, between 2,000 and 3,000 followers on Instagram. But when I walk into the club, it's a whole situation.
Yeah.
It's a real influence.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a real influence. So the question now is, are you chasing followers to become famous or are you chasing the bag? Would you rather be famous or would you rather secure the bag?
This is the chat, guys.
It's coronavirus. Now people are yo, we're not gigging. I'm still securing the bag.
Hey.
So ask yourself, do you want followers or do you want to secure the bag?
Facts.
Exactly.
So now that you brought it up, I was really avoiding not talking about coronavirus. But then, as you mentioned, apart from being a DJ, you're also a performer, and you're also an events organizer. You understand? You have a couple of shows pop up in a couple of places, and your most recent one was supposed to be Chievosky and Friends.
Yeah.
I think happening sometime
Next week, Friday, on the 27th of March 2020 at 442.
How would you say the whole corona situation has affected you and affected that gig?
The way it's affected because the whole brand, let me talk about Chievosky and Friends. Chievosky and Friends is a movement that a guy that used to work for creative culture at 442 called Obake came up with. He's like, I want you to actually pull up and actually host events like once a month. And I wasn't so into it because I know how much energy hosting an event takes, right? And I was like, yo man, like I'm not sure if I'm ready to put all my energy into this. But then my manager set me down. Have you saw that? She's holding the Panasonic HD video camera right there. they need to know, boy. Yeah. He set me down. He's like, look, we could actually get away with so much. We could actually have a whole thing of this movement. And I started taking Chievosky and Friends seriously. And it started last year, I think around October. So what happened was that Chievosky and Friends is a show that we host once a month, every last weekend, either on a Friday or on a Saturday. For now, at 442. Because 442 CBD in Pretoria, opposite the Reserve Bank by Church Street, is the one place that's literally for the culture. Right now, literally. It's for the culture, you know what I mean? So how the coronavirus thing affected our show was that now the government literally said all pubs that are selling alcohol need to close at 6 o'clock. So I mean, how am I going to host my event that's supposed to literally end at like 11 p.m. that I'm beginning at 1 p.m. gonna survive, you know? And we literally booked the Godfathers of Deep House for next week. So I was talking to the owner of 442, Yaman, shout out to Yaman one time, and he told me, he's like, look, this is a situation and I think we should postpone because students have left in town is dry, people are even afraid to go to clubs now, clubs are closing at 6, it's just the whole situation. And I mean, you can't necessarily be saying, imagine if at 442 they have like about 25 people that work there. So that's like 99 minus 25. If I'm going to have less than 100 people there. I'm not about to have that few people when I just booked the Godfathers of Deep House. And Chievosky and Friends is growing like crazy. You know what I mean? So now it has affected us in the sense that 442 might literally be closed for the whole of April. You know, depending on the whole coronavirus situation. But it's affecting everything, man. Gigs. I know tonight we actually plan to play for some people from Germany. A private party at Centurion.
They definitely have coronavirus.
this week and next week, they literally canceled the gig because of the whole coronavirus situation. They're like, no, we're not coming because we're hearing that in South Africa it's actually worse and whatnot. Like the numbers are growing, the cases are growing.
It's worse here. It's worse there.
No, it's worse there, but in the sense that people would host events here thinking that like situations are kind of mild here. They're very chilled out. They were very chilled out until people just started popping. So now it's like, yo, we can't go there. Because it's like, now it's a problem.
The whole world is under the self-quarantine.
Yeah, but I think it's also
crazy.
When you attach disease to Africa, people, they just think...
Yeah, they actually react more than they react to themselves.
Yeah.
From what we know, from here at home, you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So it's affected everything, man. Gigs are being cancelled, some gigs are being postponed. We had to postpone the Chievosky and Friends. We don't even, people asking me like, when are we postponing it to? I'm like, I don't know.
No one knows.
I'm waiting for Cyril to be on 403. You know what I mean?
Cyril! Come show us live, man. But events promoter and also now you just, hey, this isn't your first song, is it?
No, this is actually my first single.
Like first official single?
This is my first ever song that I'm dropping. Chievosky Dating Faga Faga featuring Asadi and Echo Deep. It dropped on the 12th of March. We did that on purpose so that it can be on the 13th it could trend. On the streets, not on Twitter. We need to in the bag, baby, one time. All the time. You know what I'm saying? So this is my first official single for my whole brand. It's already crazy. You know when you go on iTunes and you're about to buy a song, there's that there's that like catalog where it says popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guy, you should go on
In a
iTunes.
lista.
You will see. You will see. I don't want to say my song is popular, but go on iTunes and check for yourself.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
The title of the song is called Faga Faga.
Faga.
On the flip side, we'll talk a little bit more about it before we let him go.
Sure.
Tshwane FM 93.6. We're still in the building. Purple City Nights is getting lit.
Je vais m'offrir ça. Yo.
Hey, they punish us, bro.
What a punish. Boom, boom, boom.
That's the
What
one
are you
thing to
sipping? Are you sipping lean, dog?
It's water, bro.
Nah, not that one. Ah, not that one, dog. Nah, this one.
This one, how is it?
This is wine, bro.
You sipping some wine. Why aren't you sipping water?
Because I'm the man.
Just sipping water. Do you see what the lily?
I don't lean anymore, dog.
Huh?
I don't lean anymore, bro.
You don't need no more.
No,
You know,
bro.
this is good for your blood.
Yeah, but my blood's great already, so.
No, mine is excellent. Extremely excellent.
I'm good. Later my
Hold
blood.
on tight.
You wanna know my blood type king?
Don't lean
I'm
anymore.
O negative. I can
No
save
lean, no
everybody's
cigarette.
life. That is how amazing I am, darling. Did you hear what I just said? This thing is excellent for your blood. Current, my blood type is O negative. I can save everybody.
No, no voy a trapo.
Hey!
Go, guys.
Unless you're trying to go overseas.
Then I'll just open my own club. One
Just get a flight. Cheap
One
flight.
person.
Run to Delhi.
Where the coronavirus is that? That's what's popping.
Yeah, Vienna's taking over. Take
Vienna.
taken.
Vienna's taken.
Vienna.
Vienna. Like, oh my god. Vienna.
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 I know that.
Oh my god.
Is it you on production?
Yeah, it's me and myself and Echo G. Because it is. This is how we walk out. Faga. Fag again. Stop us.
Expose yourself.
Faga. What you say, Taylor? What you say, baby? Yeah. What the fuck say? Coronavirus. Boom. Fire.
Fix the Wi-Fi. I don't want to say anything. I'm just there to win the room.
Fire, oh shit, man. Boom. More grand endorsement there, Julex, show me.
Chievosky the 13th is his name. Faga Faga is the title of the song.
Yembo.
Indeed.
So we see the
So
moves,
hell.
us man. We like predicting these things, man. So we think our prediction of your plan is by the end of 2021, when you start gigging, you're only playing your own songs.
One time.
As you should.
One time.
As you should.
Hopefully not blow COVID out One time, boy. Because I mean at the end of the day it's about you securing the bag in every way. So I mean how are you gonna be securing the bag if you have like over maybe 100 songs of your own, but you're not necessarily playing just them? Because that's also gonna make you different as well. Because I mean, I don't think I've heard my Maporis and Gabs of the Small go to a gig and play someone else's piano song.
Yeah.
Like, baby, raping, baby. Fire. You know.
The whole way.
And then you see all the other DJs playing their songs,
Their
but they're on the
songs.
same set.
Exactly. Because I mean, because I remember there's this company that wanted to give us, how much did they want to give us? I think it was like 40K an hour. They wanted to give us like 40K an hour. And I mean, if you're going to be getting 40K an hour and you have your own songs, as much as sure, you will at some point end up having to play popular songs. But you need to make sure that your songs are popular so that you play your own songs. So that by the time you get off stage, people need to be on some like, hi, like the songs you're playing, we've never heard them before. I'm
And
like,
they fire.
go to iTunes.
Hey!
Then
Dude.
iTunes like, yo, Chievosky, come collect your royalty check one time.
Hey!
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Mm.
That's the whole point. It's part of the plan.
It's the whole
One time.
vision.
So you've been in the game for a minute.
Not for a minute, for a long time.
See, this is the same thing.
Don't
with
get it
music and
twisted.
Twitter.
don't get it twisted. I bet. Because
Okay.
there's some people that you'll meet now and they'll be on somehow ego. You only know Chievosky now.
Wow.
Chievosky has been killing the social market from like 2014.
Mm.
Another person will be like, no, Chievosky has been killing all high schools, matric dancers from 2010 until like 2013. You know what I mean?
All the way inside the
That's
bags.
a 10-year.
Almost a decade.
Exactly.
Yay!
Wow.
Exactly.
We
They'll-
had the World Cup 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yes.
I bet.
I'm sorry, I just thought about that now.
But
Wow.
you see your life like damn.
Like,
Yeah, because some people will be out here popping verb, but if you go to the bank account,
Hey!
it's not
It's
nice.
a pop-
hey!
It's not
But
nice.
suddenly the ones that buy Gucci and then they want to ask Bob Blanco.
Bob Blanco for discount.
Check for discount, not like a Gucci. Okay.
Ask Gucci for
Alright.
discount.
And when you go to Gucci, they don't know these guys, eh?
Mm.
They're like, these people that are posting Gucci, where do they buy them? Even my police are posting reviews, like, where do they buy this Gucci?
Mm.
Your friends, because we don't see them here, and they don't go to the Cape Town store as well. And it's not like they go overseas. Some of
Yeah.
them.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Where to buy, Mara, the one here.
Bro,
The
stop.
one here.
Rubbish.
You ain't gotta fly there.
Cool it.
Plus, we're getting bored. Come on, run, we're getting bored.
You ain't gotta drive. You ain't gotta fly to Dubai. You just have to
Right
drive.
down.
Sense, man. But apart from being a DJ, you also push or you're associated with a couple of brands, like Push Mogolo, for example. Whose brand is that actually? I've been wanting to ask this.
I'm a plug you. I was listening to you on the radio talking about plugs. I'm the plug. Hey, I'm a plug you, my boy. It's owned by
The
BB.
Escort.
This shirt that I'm wearing right now that people can't see,
BB is one of us as the main owner
Mm.
of Push's Mogul. Push's Mogul is one of those brands that like is kind of quiet on the streets, but they've been hitting mainstream for like the longest time as well.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They've been like out here. So BB is one of the guys that owns Push's Mogolo, and I'm associated with a brand called Monate Drops. It's 100% black owned water company.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And